Hello everybody, thank you for joining me today. I do truly appreciate it, and I recently had a chance to meet a fellow by the name of Jonathan Janz at a place called Authorcon 5 in Williamsburg, Virginia, and that was a true pleasure. There's a video on my channel of our conversation there. If you want to check that out, I'll put a link in the description. And I also, at that event, had a chance to talk to him a little bit about an upcoming science fiction horror novel called Veil that's coming out a little bit later this year. And I was able, in an unrelated way, to get a digital advanced review copy of Veil through NetGalley. So I felt very fortunate. I was able to read that. I did a review also on this channel of that book. 5-star read. Fabulous book. Now also, lots of alsos here. Jonathan Janz on the Facebook sent out an offer. I'm sure he made the offer in other places, but I saw it on Facebook saying, hey, if you pre-order his new book, Veil, and then go to this particular online form and enter in a little bit of purchase information showing that you had purchased the book, as well as some of your personal information, as in mailing address and crap like that, he would send you a chapbook of sorts, something like that. And I, of course, saw that opportunity. I ordered the novel Veil from Second Flight Books, and that one was a signed copy. I pre-ordered a signed copy from Second Flight Books. I'll put a link in the description for that as well. And I went and entered my proof of purchase information, and now in the mail I got a Veil story. So I reckon we're talking about a story in the Veil universe, the Veil world, related to that book. And it's signed and it's in. So it's a chapbook. That means it's a very small book, a thin book, a short story. And signed, I don't know if it's numbered or limited. I don't know about any of that kind of stuff. We'll open it up and we'll take a look. But a little bit about Veil itself. It was, like I said, a 5-star read, a fabulous book. And it's horror, in very much so horror, monsters and science fiction, people and creatures traveling from one place to another. You can watch my review. I talk a lot about it. Try to be as spoiler free as possible, but great characters, awesome post-apocalyptic type stuff going on, as well as survival, monsters, other planets, trying to save family members. True scary stuff, especially for a husband and a father of two. I could associate with the characters there. But the friendly neighborhood mail lady has delivered our chapbook, the short story here. And I want to open it up without showing you everybody's addresses. So the envelope is signed by Jonathan Janz, and it's signed right above a return address. I don't know if that's a home address or not. So it's got a street and a street number and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know. I don't usually like to show my home address on here, so I figured I would hide the home address as well. I don't know if that's what it is. Anyway, maybe it's the place where he works or his home. I don't know. And I'm trying to get this out here, and we'll show you this right here, Stretch Neck, a Veil story. And a chapbook is essentially a tiny book. Usually it's a short story published in a standalone format, very small, and sometimes they're bigger, sometimes they're smaller. But this right here is Stretch Neck, a Veil story. So I'm interested to see how this story relates to the novel. I really don't know, other than they are related. And this is a chapbook where the pages are essentially folded over and staple bound. I'm sure there's a name for the way this one is bound. I don't know, but it's free. It's free and it's signed. Right here, Stretch Neck, a Veil story, Jonathan Janz. And it's free. I bought a book I would have bought anyway, and I get something for nothing. Something in addition to what I paid for a book. I'll put a link in this description that shows you how you can order yourself one. And to me, it's something I just got to have. One day, I'm pretty sure there will be folks saying, how do I get a copy of such a thing? And you can get one right now by ordering Veil, a great book. If you order from Second Flight Books, hey, you can get a signed copy, is what I'm told. You can get a copy of signed, so it's a collectible item there too, a great book to read. And I'm pretty sure you can still sign up for this Chapbook. Get one on your own. I'm looking forward to reading this short story. Let's see, how many pages is it? It's a relatively small trim size, and looks like the story itself would be 19 pages, so dang near Sleepy Hollow. I don't know, how big is Sleepy Hollow? It was a very small story and a great one as well. And with that being said, I can think of no more lies to tell. So thank you for your time. I do truly appreciate it. Thank you, Jonathan Janz, for hooking us up with some great books and some cool additional things to have, to add to the collection, to read. Value on top of value. C'est la vie, baby. Do.